hard-fought conference game. Kentucky came out of the gate so strong, and we just had to play catch-up all night, and we just couldn't finish enough plays to get all the way back in it. But their team played well, and I congratulate them.
Mark,
Trey and Travis said, weren't injured, weren't sick, just one of those days for both of them.
Those two kids have made so many plays for us and been very consistent. And I think they combined to be 2 for 17 tonight. You have to credit Kentucky's defense first. But they're, they've been so good that they deserve to try and play through a tough night. We just couldn't get either one of them going. And Travis misses a lob right at the rim. It's not his night. So it's hard for us to win when those two kids are both having tough nights like they did today.
Mark, did Kentucky do anything different defensively? Anything you think on them?
I think that their defense was very good. We felt like I was very concerned with how much energy we'd have and how because we had such a grinder the other night, and I knew they had time to prepare for us. I figured their defense would be very good. I don't know if they did a lot different, but what they did do, they did well.
How did you feel you guys did to kind of bounce back to the right?
I don't think we put it all behind us. I don't think we started very well, and that's taking nothing away from Kentucky. But we didn't start the game very well, and we finally kind of came back to ourselves. But we just couldn't finish enough plays to get all the way back in.
You called the timeout down the stretch. I think it was 57-46. Come out and Trey wide open 3. You missed several wide open 3s down the stretch. Was that what you were looking for?
Yeah, we did. That's the shot that we wanted. We just couldn't get it going, and that's a shot that we just didn't make. Nothing complicated about that. Just didn't make it.
Mark, you said you couldn't finish enough shots to get all the way back. You got part of the way back. What got you guys going in the second half? What was different for you?
Well, we defended fairly well in the second half. I thought we rebounded the ball much better. I was extremely concerned about getting in foul trouble in the first half. We had to stay with our zone longer than I wanted to because one of our experienced posts had 2 fouls, and really didn't want Trey to pick up another one, so we had to. We stayed with our zone longer than I wanted to just because of the foul situation. But we got to the second half where I thought we could play the way that would give us a chance to have. We really want to have a chance to win with 5 minutes to go in the game, and we just were too far away at that point.
Mark, it seemed like Liggins did a really good job in the first half against the zone of making the extra pass and hitting the gaps off the dribble. Can you sort of talk about what you expected from him coming in?
Well, I think the problem with our defense in the first half was our offense. One of the things that we did at our place is we scored the ball, and I think the best way for us to defend their transition was to make them take it out of the net. And that's one of the things that we really talked about in our first game, is that let's make sure we execute so they're having to take it out of the net. We weren't finishing offensive plays, so he had so much momentum coming down the floor that they were able to just really attack us in transition. And then, as you mentioned, they made a lot of the extra passes in the half court, and I thought their offensive play in the first half was pretty good.
You called the timeout like 2 minutes into the game. What were you trying to get across?
Well, I saw early signs that we weren't where I wanted us to be. We had two turnovers early that we really we can't play that way. We can't turn it over like we did to start the game and give them extra possessions, give them the momentum back the other way. And so that was the early timeout. I just was really concerned with our mentality and the level of execution. I think I called before the first media timeout, Jerry.
What's your take on Dustin's game?
I thought Dustin played well. We had to sit him. He got his 3rd foul pretty early, but I think he came back and he shot the ball well. But we had one turnover I know he'd like to have back. He made a poor pass to Trey, but he's really played pretty well. He competed hard, and we just wanted to have a chance to win the game, and we wanted to be in a position to win the game. And you know, I think that you know, their kids have matured a great deal throughout the year, and I think they'll keep getting better. But I don't think we hope that they would wobble. I just think that we hope to be in a position to try and win. And you know, we just couldn't finish those key plays there in the last 6 minutes. When we got it back in striking distance, we just couldn't strike.
Any more questions